Hey everyone, this is Kenny and Sabrina, and we are standing in front of the Winnebago Vita 24P. This is a 24.5 foot long RV. It's on a Mercedes-Benz chassis. It has a full wall slide, and I've been living and working out of this for several months, and I absolutely love it. So we're going to take you guys on a tour.
Sabrina and I have been living full-time in our Winnebago Vista LX 27N since 2017. We love exploring new cities, small towns, meeting new people, boondocking, and of course, RV resorts with full hookups. We are Winnebago Life contributors, writing articles, making videos, and helping host live events for Winnebago. On top of that, Sabrina is a pulmonary critical care physician, and we use our Winnebago to travel across the country, going to hospitals that need her help.
So as you can imagine, with COVID-19 on the rise, my specialty is in high demand. There are a lot of hospital employees that are using their garages and bathrooms to socially distance from their families. We don't have that option. So we were looking into possibly buying a small trailer for me to stay in during the pandemic to keep Kenny safe and protected from COVID.
So we were talking to Winnebago about our plans of purchasing the small travel trailer for Sabrina to stay in, and they said, well, hold off on that idea. What we can do for you guys is provide you a RV as a loaner for a couple of months, just as a thank you for all of the work that you have done with us throughout the years. And we graciously accepted. We did not give them a hard time at all. And that is how we became a 2 RV family for the moment. So I'm now going to pass the tour over to Sabrina, and she will get us started.
So the first thing we noticed when we saw this RV was the color. It is just absolutely gorgeous. So this silver gray color is actually called Harbor. And when we saw it, we were just so impressed by the full body paint and the color. We definitely decided that this will be the color of our next RV. But as beautiful as this outside is, we're going to actually start the tour on the inside.
But don't worry, we'll be back out here talking about the storage capacity. And of course, we're going to be talking about the Mercedes-Benz chassis and just how great this thing drives. So take it away, Sabrina.
All right, let's go inside. So the first thing I want to show off is this floor plan. Winnebago really outdid themselves with this floor plan with how much space it has. Now keep in mind this RV is under 25 feet long, but has enough space for 2 people to walk past each other or even dance. The other thing that really stood out to us was the amount of windows in here. It really brings the feel of nature inside, but in a climate-controlled environment. So even with an open floor plan, there is a ton of usable storage in here. There's even some storage hidden behind the television. There are drawers that extend fully, so this makes all of this usable. We have a spice rack with its own light and a nice backdrop. Additional cabinets for your pans, plates, pots, spoons, anything you need. Spoons in the cupboard. And this space over here is unique in the fact that it can be used for a pantry or a wardrobe. So for the rest of the kitchen, I'm actually going to turn it over to Kenny because he told me to say that he does 99.99% of the cooking in our household.
So I told Sabrina to say that because it's true. I do most of the cooking in our household. And when shopping for an RV, a good, usable kitchen is #1 on my list. We do most of our meals in the RV. We don't go out that much. So I want a nice cooking space and prep space for our meals. And the Vita delivers. There's plenty of usable space. It has very deep sinks, a 3-burner stove, a microwave convection oven. If you need more counter space, it's easy to do. You can either flip this down, and voila, a little bit more. If you need more than that, there's some sink covers. You just drop them in. And now you have even more space to prep your meals. Also over here on this side of the kitchen, you have another one of those pantry areas, or depending on your needs, more wardrobe space. Let's check it out. So you can either use these pantries as pantry space for food, or you remove these shelves and you use that hanging rod for more of your wardrobe. It's really great the way Winnebago was able to make these cabinets so flexible to fit your needs. And I know Sabrina already talked about the storage, but I have to show you this drawer because when I opened it for the first time, I literally said out loud, wow. You could fit tons of stuff in this drawer. Nice, Winnebago. And then the last thing I want to show you in the kitchen is this refrigerator. It's a 7.3 cubic foot fridge with freezer. And the cool thing, pun intended, is that this is a compressor refrigerator and it uses very little amperage. It uses very little power. So if you're a boondocker or a dry camper, this is going to be very important to you. And we're actually going to come back and talk about this refrigerator and power a little later on in the video. So that wraps up the kitchen. But another thing that is high on our RV must-have list is a full bathroom. So let's check out the bathroom next. So this door slides out and then flips to connect to this wall over here. It's just a great way to save space. How cool is that? Sabrina really loved the deep sink in the bathroom, making cleanup very easy when she returned home from work. Right above the sink is a medicine cabinet with a mirror. You have a full shower with shelves for products, as well as a skylight to let that natural light in. Speaking of the shower, let's talk about water capacities. The Vita has a 6-gallon water heater, a 37-gallon fresh water tank, a 41-gallon gray tank, and a 41-gallon black tank.
So now I'm going to steal back the show. I am in the bedroom. So this bed is actually super comfortable. It is a walk-around queen bed, 75 inches long. I'm 5'11", and I sleep quite comfortably on it. So there are also outlets in the corner, 110, 12 volt, and USB outlets. So you can plug in all your gadgets, your cell phones, your watches, CPAP machine if you have one. There's this little window in the slide that's kind of nice when you wake up in the morning and you can kind of look out it. Kenny said that our next RV has to have a window like this in the slide. There is an outlet up in the corner for an extra television if you want to put one there. There's also a cable outlet up there. I've actually just been sleeping on the bed and watching the television in the sitting area. Also, another great thing about this area, again, back to storage. There is more storage above this bed. There's enough room for blankets, pillows, any other sort of bedding or clothing you may have. There's extra space for that too. So you can bring everything you want with you. So now we're going to go to what I like to call the living or sitting area.
Okay, so you can see that the 2 chairs up in the driver's area do spin around and become part of the living space. This way, if you're having guests over, they can hang out in the dinette and you guys can converse and chat and just have a great time. Or you could just kind of relax, sit back, and watch some TV up here. It's just such a versatile RV. I'm totally blown away by it. The dinette turns into a bed, and they're just so smart with this RV. So if you need extra leg room, check this out right here, how they are able to accomplish that. And there is more storage under the dinette bench seats. Also, both Vita floor plans have the option of theater seating with a removable pedestal. Up above here, of course, turns into a bed as well, and I'll show you what that looks like.
So I just want to add one thing about these chairs that I thought was kind of neat when I first came in here, were these little extra cushions to add some height to them. So I had actually never seen this before.
Me neither.
And when I came in, I was feeling a little low. And then these convenient cushions were here to put in this chair, and it solved that problem. It was great.
A lot of smart thinking over here from Winnebago. All right, so let's continue the tour. We're going to go over to the command center and show you where you can see all the functions of the RV. So Winnebago really did think of everything, but we're not done in here just yet. I want to direct your attention to what I call the command center. Here you'll be able to operate your slide, turn on your generator, your water pump, your water heater, check your fluids, turn on your inverter, and yes, it even has solar. So the Vita comes with 2 100-watt panels, standard, and they are matched up with 2 Group 31 house batteries. The panels are able to be expanded up to 475 watts. This means you'll be able to go dry camping or boondocking right from the dealer. I'd also like to add that by having the solar, the batteries, and the inverter is not only great for boondocking and dry camping, but it's a great feature to have at the campgrounds as well. When we first arrived here, the power kept on going out, but because of the features in the Vita, Sabrina was able to continue working, doing her telemedicine uninterrupted. The other great thing about having that inverter and a low amperage refrigerator like this compressor fridge is that we're able to pack up, head down the highway, and operate this refrigerator from that 1000 watt inverter, meaning that our food and everything will stay cool until we arrive at our next destination. So speaking of going down the highway, let's hop in the front here, the driver's seat, the passenger seat. Let's take this out on the road and show you where this vehicle really shines. Am I driving or are you driving?
I think I'm driving.
You are driving.
Before we leave the campground, we just want to show you what the inside looks like with the slide in, and show you that you can access the freezer and refrigerator. You are able to get into the bathroom and the cabinets. You can use your stove and microwave, and show you that you have room to get into your pantry doors.
So now we are behind the wheel of the Vita. And normally with a Class C RV, you get a lot of safety features. But this Mercedes-Benz chassis goes above and beyond even that. Starting with voice activation. This will allow you to keep your eyes on the road while driving.
Hey Mercedes.
How can I help you?
Navigation.
The Vita is powered by a 3.0 six-cylinder turbo diesel engine. The great thing about this RV is that almost anyone can drive it. It drives more like an SUV than an RV. It has great maneuverability, and if you are someone who is planning to be on the move a lot, then I would say this is definitely the RV for you. Let's get back on the road and talk more about these safety features. I think the best thing about these safety features is the confidence they give you while behind the wheel. You have lane assist that alerts you when you start to drift out of your lane and gives you a gentle reminder with the steering wheel to return. It has brake assist that steps in to attempt to stop you before a collision occurs. Crosswind assist helps keep you stable on windy days. You also have airbags and rain sensing wipers. All of these put together make for a very comfortable and safe ride. It has an easy to use information center, and when you put the Vita in reverse, a backup camera automatically turns on to help see what's behind you while backing up. We actually found all the controls to be easy to use.
So this looks like a great spot to stop and show off the outside of the RV. So as you step out of the RV, you have your step controls, your coach battery control in case you're going to store the RV. You have your awning light, your deck light, and then also your awning controls.
So once you step outside, you have some outlets out here, plus a cable outlet. So you could set up a TV, have your cable ready to go. Your 50-pound propane tank access here. You have your 6-gallon water heater and the exhaust for your furnace. Coming around the back of the RV, you have the black waste tank flush. This is something that Sabrina and I always look for when shopping for an RV. This is a big deal. This makes cleaning up your black tank nice and easy. You have a tow package that is rated for 5,000 pounds. You have a ladder to get up on the roof. And you got your backup camera. Speaking of up on the roof, let's head up there right now and take a look and see what we can see up there. So we talked about how you can add additional panels to increase your total watts to 475, but we did not mention that the roof has a 15-year warranty, or that it has an access point right here to run Wi-Fi or cell booster cables down into the cabinet behind the TV. That means you will be able to enjoy the full amount of the 15-year warranty, since there is no need for you to do any of your own drilling. Okay, so over on the driver's side, you have your 30 amp power cord. Next, we have some exterior storage. And I know we keep on talking about storage on the inside, and we keep on talking about how small the RV is, but it has a lot of storage. This really does have a lot of storage. There's 45 cubic feet of storage on the exterior. And keep in mind, when you're shopping for an RV, a lot of RVs will say how much storage they have, but they put these little doors in or something like that. Look at the size of this door. This is storage that you can actually access. Easy to get things in and out of here. I can fit in here. So, just keep that in mind when you're shopping around. Just because something has a lot of storage, if it's got little itty bitty doors, it's going to give you a nightmare to be getting things in and out of it. Also, you'll find in here that this Vita was equipped with leveling jacks and There's a light inside here also to make it a little convenient for when you're showing up at campgrounds a little late. Moving over here, you have your gravity fill. This is important for anybody that likes to do dry camping or boondocking. This just means exactly what it sounds like. You can take some fresh water bottles and just open this cap, and it's just gravity fed right down in there. Your water doesn't need to be pressurized to get the water inside. If you're at a campground, that's what's known as pressurized water, and that's where this comes in. So if you're at a campground, you would plug into this one, and then it would pressurize the water throughout the RV. When you use the gravity fed, you're using your water pump, and that's how you get the water pressurized inside the RV. You also have some more solar out here that you can plug into, some portable panels if you are not comfortable with going up on the roof and adding more to those panels that are up there. And this is your cable in. So if you're at a campground and they offer some cable, you can hook up right there and get all your favorite channels. So again, storage that you can actually use. A door like this, that's tall. This has a lot of space that goes up there. You'd be able to fit maybe your folding chairs. That's what I could imagine kind of using in here. Folding chairs or really whatever you want. Again, large door, making it easy to get what you want in and out of there. You have a little bit more storage down here. And finally for this side, your 3200 watt Cummins Onan generator. So this will give you power on the go, wherever you are. It powers the entire coach, just as if you were plugged into a campground. And then the last thing I want to point out here is that this is your sleeper cab up here, and this is made with a 2-piece construction to give you improved insulation. So that wraps up our tour. We hope that you enjoyed it. For more information, specs, and options on the 24P, go to Winnebago.com. Take care, everybody. Safe travels, and we will catch you next time.